Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to some of y'all and peace out to the rest of you. Hit the share button because the message is more important than the messenger. Look, shout out to MTR, first of all. Mediocre tutorials and reviews. Congrats on beating cancer, by the way. MTR is not a mean man. Hell, Kevin Samuels isn't mean unless you really provoke him, but MTR is not a mean man. MTR does not tell men you are entitled even if you just sit on the couch and don't do anything except eat up your mom's money. That's one extreme. On the other hand, he tells the women you're not entitled to everything you want just because you got mammaries and a vag. This is what's messed up about it. This lady decides, and I don't know who she is, but she decided that she was going to mess up a sponsorship of his. And he's not the one that really provokes this ire and rage from, in anyone that is fair-minded, man or woman. I've been watching and listening to him for a while. I haven't said anything about him before, but I have been listening for a while. I got notifications to watch his videos before I even subscribed. He's been a good guy, fair-minded. But he does not tell men to take it laying down, all puns intended. He does tell men these are the games. This is what they'll do if they can. Pretty much saying the same thing other men are saying. He's got much better editing than I do when he says it, but he and I are largely saying the same thing. Do not oppress and do not be oppressed. When this lady decided to do what she did, she was telling you exactly what I've been telling you for the longest, gentlemen, and that is that this is war. In an economy like the one in which you live right now, which is far more dangerous than the one in which I live, where you are much more at risk of becoming homeless, man or woman, where you gotta darn near take out a bank loan to fill up your gas tank. Yeah. In that environment, she wants to dig into a man's pockets who has not done, said, or promoted anything that is really hostile to women, except men not being ATMs, pet wallets, especially in exchange for nothing. You don't listen to him and come away from him saying, GTN, give them nothing. Lion Riddims tells you that, and I shout out to him for doing it. But I want y'all to understand that she's doing it because it's war. If Kevin Samuels was about to get a sponsorship from someone, she would have made the phone call on him too. If I was nearly at the level they are and she knew my name or she knew what sponsorship I would get, soon she would do the same thing to me. She will do this to anyone to whom she can. Gentlemen, this is a war you best win by evasion. Unless you are very close to getting out of the West, or unless you're already out of the West, do not put your name or face on camera. Now, there's some guys that will do it, some guys already are, and they've got independent streams of income that nobody can touch. And if they've got that, great. But I don't know what these streams of income are, and I don't think you should take that risk. I believe that what you should do, if you are going to be in the West, either for a long time or for a length of time of which you're not sure, and you feel like you want to start a channel, do like I do, use only your voice. I live outside not just the US but the West. I don't take that risk. I got several layers of protection. I mean, for one, if someone were to get my name on my passport and find out who my employer is, and then go and call them up and say, why are you hiring Professor Mind? Get rid of him. He's a misogynist. He's, if you were to do that, then there's another layer of protection after that. I've already told some administrators at my job about my channel. And I've let them listen for a long time so that if they get these phone calls, they would already have known, and they would be able to say, I've been listening to him for almost a year now. And I know him personally. He loves and respects his wife. He's respectful to my wife when they come across each other. He actually wants better for you than what you want for yourself. So what is it that you're really upset about that made you call long distance internationally to complain about him? What's your real beef with him? Is there some guy you wanted to use for nothing, and that guy told you, hey, Black Mind gave me the game already, and you looked and found him and then doxed him, and now you're mad, and so, you want to call me up and hope that I can deprive him of resources as much as you feel he's deprived you of the resources of another man? If you want another man's resources, why don't you just go ahead and commit to that man? See, in the end, it's going to come down to that. It's going to come down to who hurt her. This is the question they ask us, because that's a part of the playbook. Just one detail of one of the strategies that's in their sisterhood, sophisticated sci-fi sorority, hyenocracy playbook. Shout out to Azrael the Daywalker. He thought I was saying sophisticated sci-fi when I was really saying sophisticated sapphire. But you know what? Sophisticated sci-fi is a good name for that sorority they've got going on. They got it in Black America. They got it in the Black West. They got it in the UK. And they even got it in the Golden Sphere. And it has its effects even in the camp that opposes the Golden Sphere. It's pervasive. It's ubiquitous. You got to know that it's there and detoxify from it. Deprogram yourself first by knowing that it's there and that it's been programmed into you. If you're a man or a woman, it's just easier for men to do this when they hear the message. And I don't know the ethnic background of this woman that made the phone call to get his sponsorship canceled for MTR. I don't know if she's a Wyatt, a sister, or anything else. I don't care. What she did was partially an act of war. It's just like when Russia is attacking the Ukraine. We can argue about how right or how wrong they ought to do it. I ain't got no dog in that fight. I understand why both sides would be doing so. I get it. But in the end, it comes down to the fact that just like people are upset with Russia, and so they sanction Russia, they close off airspace. They freeze assets located within their nations. They do all of these things, just like they do this so that Russia cannot afford to fight this. They want to turn around, only this time it's like they're doing this to us, and we're more like Ukraine than Russia in terms of aggression. We seek to defend the resources we already have, for which we have to work. And they want to turn around and say, well, then let's dry the taps up for the men that want to do that. Let's make it such that the only way men can even get the resources that we want them to have is if they're willing to give the resources to us. If they're going to keep these resources for themselves and then turn around and tell other men this, let's make sure we cut those avenues of provision off. That's what they want for you. In the economy in which you live, in which you darn near got to take out a loan to fill up a gas tank, in which most of you men and women are very close to winding up homeless, God forbid. May Allah protect you from that. In that economy, your enemies want to turn around and push you even closer to it. Living in your car, if you can even afford to fill it up. They want to push you further and further towards that. As a punishment, not even for real misogyny, but as a punishment for your philandry. Now, philanthropy is the love of people. Phylogeny is the love of women. Philandry, you can tell what that is. And just for that, forget misogyny. Forget misanthropy. They're misandric and they don't want you to be philandric. You understand? And what they want is for you to accept that order. And when you don't, when you say, I will work, but for myself. Providing for you is not going to be my purpose in life if it doesn't mean I deserve anything I want in exchange, anything I'd like, above or below the belt, then that is enough to goad them into a fury because they're at war. They only want you one of two ways, gentlemen. They want you dead or working yourself to death for their standard of living. That's it. The ones whom they want for breeding aren't even in the audience. They don't know about this space. But I told you this was war a long time ago. Now you know why the cuss word I've been saying is war, don't you? Of all men for this to happen to, why MTR? No misogyny, no chauvinism, just getting active and with the help of Allah, beating cancer. Coaching men on how to avoid being taken advantage of while telling men don't oppress women. Don't live off of them. And if this is enough to goad her into doing this to him, then trust me, they want to do, starting with her, she wants to do even worse to the rest of us. And if she finds a way to do it, she will. I think you understand where I'm going with this. Thank you for listening. Black heart, black mind, blackout. And this has been another example of why I say black heterosexual non-select male power, because she doesn't like it. And black patriarchy until extinction or judgment day.